Thunders is just 8 episodes, but I really couldn't tell if I will make it in one day or in 2 days because the pacing is more of a give it time watch. But tomorrow is Thursday, so I will have that surplus time anyway. So I don't mind that I got to the end, but it was. And if you decide to watch this, I say give it a couple of days. You don't have to binge it in one go. Now, do you have to watch the others previous, the other series, the events which led here? No, not really. No. Everybody gets their basic background. Luke Cage stays the real boring character, and the donkey watching lady from Shop Show 2 will be the love interest for him because I guess she had a very good contract but had otherwise nothing to do in this show. Jessica Jones is the main loner, but the main character trait is that she's alcoholic, and she gets one or two moments that establishes why she's that antagonistic and nihilistic in general. For Iron Fist, he finally uses his business empire to do stuff, not just punching things. Who was the last one? I forgot. Seriously, I'm not. Yo, Daredevil, yeah. He's there, he's doing his stuff, he doesn't do the lawyer stuff, so maybe that's why he just slips my mind for the moment. What they are doing, the whole thing is to fight the hand, which is not like Hydra that cut off one head and two steps in its place. This organization has 5 founding members, and unlike in the comic books, they do not worship some demonic entity. They are just grinding down dragon bones and using that to expand their life as much as they can. And that is why this become immortal is bullshit, actually, because they do not. They don't have infinite amount of dragon bones. So by the way, that is what they are doing in New York. They dig under New York or something. I don't think the creators have any idea how big New York is, but whatever. And that series is not without the comic book bullshit. Like, so there is this blocked place where the dragon bones are, and it's blocked behind some mystical bullshit wall, energy field, whatever you want to call it. So there is really no reason for anyone to be down there until they manage to use Iron Fist to punch the hole in the wall, and then they can get in. That's the gist of the whole miniseries. Of course they manage, and as soon as they break through, despite being where the show insists there is one entrance here through a 100-meter elevator shaft that's like 300 feet, it's really deep. As soon as there is a hole there, like 50 million hand member ninja spawns down there because compute video game logic. That's you don't mind it because otherwise the show is good. People tend to say that it's not as good as they were looking for. I know why they are saying it, but it has no merit actually on how good the show actually is. So the thing is, the action scenes, fight scenes, this part of the Netflix universe is not about that. We do get a couple of fights, and we have like at least one episode mostly contained about fight scene because that's fighting the hand underground. But otherwise, it's more about the individual superheroes bumping into each other, and they all work solo, so they really don't work in team, so they don't want to work in a team, but they eventually have to realize they have to, so there is this stretching the go, the cohesion, the web they are entangled in because of personal reasons or just personality traits. One always try to go away but always come back, or the conflict of personalities tend them to do some infighting, and then I just go away because you are so nasty and don't let me lead the group. But they're really working pretty well together in the end. I mean, the whole show, the whole setup is working very well, and it has a good pacing. And despite not having constant action scenes, it keeps your attention. Even the side characters, we have a story to tell, and four main characters plus a couple permanent extra. We have the side characters from the other shows, the lawyer, the journalist, whoever. They come and go into the show, and they do their stuff and express their view on the situation, and they really, the main characters are facing potential consequences for their actions. They are known superhuman, superpowered individuals. They are watched. They are known vigilantes. You were lucky that you saved a city or whatever, but that doesn't mean you can just go and do whatever you want. And we are the police. So please do proper thing, and don't just do what you want, and that kind of thing. Of course they have police who are sympathetic to them and let them work on a longer leash, so to say. And eventually everything turns out, it's all arranged. No one is getting jailed or anything like that. That's everything is arranged. So the Defenders is kinda self-contained. I'm interested in how these things continue, and I pretty much see that this continuation of the series is because of legal rights with Marvel, Disney. Now there was a post-credit scene, and that promoted the Punisher series. Why? I have zero idea, because that has absolutely nothing to do with the Defender series. Absolutely zero. So that just exists. What you should pay attention that there is this policewoman, this Misty, her name is Misty, this Misty character, who is losing a hand here. She is thought to appear in Cloak and Dagger. So next time I will watch the first season of that. Then I don't know what I will do, but eventually I will have to watch Runaways season 1 and 2 and figure out how season 3 is connected to Cloak and Dagger. And possibly I will have to watch Luke Cage season 2, because establishing the connection for sure with Cloak and Dagger, but if I can do it without, I will do it without, because I'm not that fond to watch the remaining seasons of the individual Netflix superheroes. Except, as I said, Iron Fist, which I think he has the most potential after the character is established and we got rid of the returning from 15 years missing period. I'm really annoyed that I couldn't get Miss Marvel watched as soon as I could, and there is a reason to watch Multiverse of Madness, obviously. So those are possible candidates. I think I told you I excluded She-Hulk from the Sacred Timeline because Daredevil's costume there, and I told you I won't watch Punisher because it just doesn't fit to what we see in Daredevil Rebirth. Is there anything else to say? Oh yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine is possibly touching the Matt Weber and the Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner, Daredevil and Elektra, to the whole thing, and obviously Wesley Snipes played his role in the Deadpool and Wolverine, so the Blade trilogy is a strong candidate, and I'm wondering why only Johnny Torch appeared in Deadpool and Wolverine from the Jessica Alba, Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer movies, but it seems that duology is coming too. But I want to push that to the phase 4 phase of what I'm watching. Who knows what is phases anymore? And I'm really can't emphasize that I would want some official Marvel person to stand out and explain to us that, or their remained audience, what is this phase? What makes phase 4 phase 4? What distinguishes it from phase 5? And what is the actual story here? I know they told this is the multiverse saga, but is it still? Because there I encountered a tweet where they said phase 4 is about facing the consequences of the blip, but that never happened, obviously. So with that effort, And they even tweeted another tweet that's no longer true. So I wish someone would come out and tell us what is Phase 4 and 5 and what kind of saga we are into, because and I'm just telling to Mr. Feige that every phase in phase 1, 2, 3 were 3 or 4 years, not 2 or 3. Meet you next time.